FM News Talk 97.1.
On-demand audio.
Really, voter ID has been something that I've been passionate about throughout this gubernatorial primary. It's been a big issue for not only some of the gubernatorial candidates, but for Jay Ashcroft when he had him in here as running for Secretary of State. He's been pushing for voter ID here in Missouri. Jeff Monosso from Fox News Radio is covering that story today. In fact, over in our neighboring state of Kansas, where they've got an effort underway right now. Jeff, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing good. What's going on in Kansas with the proof of citizenship to vote?
So the 10th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals in Denver heard yesterday arguments between the state of Kansas and the ACLU over voter eligibility, and people who the state contends haven't properly supplied documents to prove that they are U.S. citizens. Now, many states allow people to register to vote while renewing their driver's licenses using minimal information to do that. It's part of the Federal Motor Voter Act, but Kansas requires citizenship paperwork. It wants birth certificate. It wants naturalization papers to be able to vote. And so it created this law that said, "Hey, look, if you haven't done so, you're ineligible." Essentially, making about 18,000 people ineligible to vote because they didn't show that required information. So the ACLU sued, and then a federal judge back in May temporarily blocked the Kansas law that state officials say now could affect as many as 50,000 potential voters this November. Who have not shown proved that they are U.S. citizens, with the Kansas Secretary of State Chris Kobach saying that every time a non-citizen votes, it effectively cancels out the vote of a U.S. citizen.
Sure, it kind of precedes the whole voter ID. This is just to register to vote. They want you to have this information.
Yeah. Just to register to vote, they want to have that information that says I am a U.S. citizen, a birth certificate, naturalization papers, required documents that say, look, I'm here legally. I'm a U.S. citizen, and I have, by the law of this land, I have the right to vote.
So, do you have any idea at this point when they're expecting a decision from the court?
They didn't say. The appeals court did not say when they were going to make that decision. I would assume at some point fairly soon as the general election is approaching, but they didn't say.
All right. Jeff Monosso, Fox News Radio, thank you.
You bet.
I appreciate that. So there you go. Now, for all those people screaming that, these people are being disenfranchised, where's the problem? I mean, I know that there are states like California and others who want to allow illegals to vote. Why should they be able to vote to influence the political process in this country if they're not here legally? And why shouldn't you have to prove that you're a citizen to register to vote? These common sense things, I've never understood the logic behind the ACLU wanting to go make it easier to commit voter fraud or whatever the case may be by simply not having to show a license. None of it makes a lick of sense.